Good morning, folks. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic Friday morning and Friday. I hope your week has been good. I hope you've been staying safe, washing your hands, sanitizing and all that stuff because, coronavirus is here and you have to keep it at bay and it's fucking boring, all right? So this is Football Digest Daily for this week and my name is Nyash as always. And of course, this week there has been no footballing action. We've just been staying indoors, working at home, working from home. We've seen guys doing the stay-at-home challenges in football. They've been amazing, as in, just something to keep people preoccupied and not think much about the virus. Of course, we've seen guys like Messi have taken part in the challenge. We've seen guys like Thierry Henry, Totti, Bruno Fernandes. It's been good. It's been good guys doing those challenges. We've seen even Robbie for Arsenal Fan TV doing the same. It's crazy. I'm yet to see Troops though. And likes of DT doing the same kind of shit. It would be amazing to see those dudes doing that kind of thing. So that's what it is, man. Coronavirus has kept everything at bay. So we have to stay safe, man. And they has totally distorted football. Now, this week there has been some new developments and all of them have come in terms of postponements, procrastination. So the Premier League had earlier said that this week that they might be resuming action maybe earliest being April 4th. That's when they were tentatively thinking they can resume the Premier League because cancellation of the same is, I think it's almost out of question. Because I was seeing somewhere, if they do cancel the Premier League, they stand to lose £762 million. I don't think anyone in broadcast revenue, I don't think any club is ready or the Premier League is ready to lose such kind of millions of pounds because of cancelling a season. So they have pushed that now. There was a meeting that was held yesterday where the Premier League clubs did a conference call and they decided that they're going to be, no footballing action is going to be resuming on April 4th, as earlier said, but they're trying to see if they can resume the action on or before or not or after April 30th. Not before April 30th, maybe after April 30th. Basically a month extra into what they are thought of doing. I beg your pardon. 27 days after the date, they thought they were going to resume the Premier League. And of course, even 30th April is pegged on what is going to be the situation as at that point in time. Because if you get to that point in time where we're still dealing with the virus in terms of no vaccine yet, cases are still being reported everywhere, left, right, and center. Of course, if it's going to be that situation by 30th April still, they're going to have to maybe call it off or postpone it even further. I think these guys we are kind of lucky now because, especially with the Premier League and the European leagues basically, because the Euro 2020 has been pushed off or has been pushed to the summer of 2021. Basically now it's going to happen between, I think, 11th, is it 11th July? Yes, 11th June to 11th July 2021. So clubs are on a leeway of how they can adjust the league and try to get it back to action. But of course, if you get to 30th April where we still have the virus, we still don't have a vaccine, they'll maybe call it off again and then we're maybe going to be talking of 30th May or maybe 30th June, then of course it will distort everything. Because even if you look at the Euro 2021, they have scheduled it to be 2021 11th June, meaning we'll have at least a month before the tournament kicks off where the players are going to have a resting period and joining up with the national teammates and teams and coaching staff and everything. So 11th May maybe ndio league itakuwa imeisha or 15th May. If inaisha your time, then most likely that league will have begun latest September of this year, right? So if you get to local June, July, where we're still sorting out the whole coronavirus shit, then this season 1920 might just be called off because they'll have now to be thinking of next season, right? Because if you get to June and we have not resumed the league, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to play June and July and then these guys are going to rest for a month and then kick off the league in September? I don't think so. And then of course we also have the issue of player contracts. Some are penned to end on 30th June. If you have not finished the season by 30th June, what happens to those players' contracts? So yeah, it's quite some interesting aspects to look at. Especially with regards to the timeline and the calendars, because the calendars are everything in football. Also, another thing that has been postponed this week is the Copa America. Copa America was slated to happen this summer between June and July. It has been pushed to next year, 12th June to 12th July. It's going to coincide with, of course, now the Euros. Don't forget also in January 2021, we have the Africa Cup of Nations. So that is going to be a busy ass year. Like next year, in terms of football, itakuwa tu imejaa from January to almost the end of it. Don't forget, we also have 2022. We shall have the World Cup. So the next 2 years are going to be crazy in terms of footballing action. Also, the Champions League final has been pushed, and the Europa League final has been pushed. It was slated to happen on 30th May 2020. It has been pushed to 27th June. And of course, the Europa League final is going to be happening in that week, I think, on Wednesday, 24th June. Again, if we don't resume action or league action by 1st of May, then I don't see the Champions League final being held on that date. It'll have to be pushed further. So, I mean, everything is pointing towards the footballing world needing a coronavirus vaccine ASAP, because lots of millions of pounds are being lost. Fans, like vyetu sasa imekuwa hata sijui ni aje, at watch ball. You know, we are not watching anything to do with sports anywhere. You know, so it's kind of crazy and fucked up and absolutely hate it. So I hope this thing gets sorted out ASAP, because, you know, we need that shit. We need to get back to footballing ways. Of course, there are some, this week we also had Blaise Matuidi testing positive for the virus. And yesterday we saw Paul Pogba training in his Juventus jersey. Matuidi's Juventus jersey, of course, in show of support of his friend. They were also training, Pogba was training alongside Lindelof, who is also training in an Ekdal jersey. Ekdal is a Swedish international football player. And of course, he has tested tested positive for the coronavirus. We have quite a number of footballing players who play in Italy who have tested positive for the virus. Of course, Italy is the worst hit country besides China. And now Italy has even outdone China in terms of deaths. There are more deaths in China, no, in Italy than there have been reported in China. It's absolutely insane, and it sucks. But that's what it is. So it's crazy. But of course, like I was saying, this week you've seen guys doing the stay-at-home challenge. Of course, it has kept us entertained, and, you know, just not totally preoccupied with the coronavirus, and just something to think about football. You've seen Thierry Henry killing it. I mean, that his challenge was, for me, I think he's done it the best so far. I don't think there's anyone who has done it better than Thierry Henry in terms of former and current professional footballers. No one has done it better than Thierry Henry, and that's fantastic. So that's all there is. I don't think there's anything new that has been reported this week that we are not aware of. And so we're going to be keeping an eye on that to check out what's going to be popping the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, as we await the virus for the coronavirus, as we await the vaccine for the coronavirus, so that we can get back to our normal ways and normal lives, and to actually kukaa in fear and quarantine and being held hostage in our own houses. All right, so that's what it is, folks. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe, wash your hands, stay sanitized, and, you know, stay safe, and God bless. Have a fantastic weekend.